Hey guys, today I'm going to be doing another tank review. This time I'm going to be doing a tank review on the Batchat 12T, the Tier 8 French light tank. This is quite the hard light tank to master. If I go to my stats, I don't even think I have a mastery in it yet. Actually, I do for some reason. That's surprising. So I have a mastery in the tank, apparently. But anyways, I'm going to be doing a review on the Batchat 12T. Now, the Batchat 12T is a light tank developed by Patrick Chatillon. Well, ignore my French, even though my French is my second language. That's not the kind of name that I can pronounce. In the late 1940s, the vehicles featured an oscillating turret, a 70 and 75mm gun. Never saw mass production. So, this tank has 400 horsepower and has 33.33 horsepower to ton ratio, which is really good. It has 68 kilometers an hour top speed limit, which makes it one of the more mobile lights at Tier 8, and 23 kilometer reverse and 20% chance of fire. Now this is where the tank kind of falls apart, in my opinion. It has 2.3 second aim time. It has 0.38 accuracy at 100 meters. It's 3.62 on moving the tank and 2.1 on moving the turret. Now that is horrendous. That is horrendous. You're going to be aiming most of the time in this tank unless you're already fully aimed in and you have your target selected and you're just shooting at them. You're going to be aiming a lot more in this tank than you will your average tank, like let's say in the Object 277, which I have. Yeah, you're gonna, or at least when rotating the turret, you're gonna be aiming a lot more in the Batchat 12T. 720 meters max range, has 13 degrees of elevation and 6 degrees of depression. Now it has an autoloader with 4 rounds per clip and 2-second interclip reload. And the reload time is roughly 20 seconds. Now it has 42 degrees a second hull traverse, 0.7 terrain resistances on hard, 0.8 on medium, 1.4 on soft. It has 380 meters of view range, which is below average. I can barely get up with coated optics. I can barely get up to that max 445 spotting range. I'm currently using binoculars and a camo net. I'm doing more passive scouting role, and then I wait till the end of the game and I'll have the burst of energy. And it has 46 degrees a second on the turret traverse. The 750 meters view range. Holy shit, am I tired. It has 128 to 213 damage, 128 to 213 pen, 1000 meters a second, and then APCR rounds, same damage, but 158 to 263 pen with 1250 meters a second. And the crew, they have been cut off in certain places. The driver, who's in the front of the tank there, he is eating his knees. The commander, the gunner and loader and etc., who's right there on the right, is currently eating his chest, and the commander is a torso only. So they're at a bit of a disadvantage. They don't have legs. Now, you're going to start the tank with a less powerful engine, 320 horsepower, with the same gun, the same accuracy, same aim time, but you're going to have less pen. And there is no turret upgrade to this tank at all. And then the next upgrade you're going to get is you're going to get the top gun on it, which is the 75mm 1000 meters a second. And then the top one, you're going to get the max upgrades, which you get the 400 horsepower engine and the upgraded traverse speed. I'm currently going up to the 1390 and then up to the 13105. Because you know why? Why wouldn't I? You know, I have a medium tank, or I had a medium tank at tier 10. I had the 30B, the MX-30B, but that thing plays so bad at tier 10 now. It doesn't have the DPM. It doesn't have the reliable medium tank pen. It has okay gun handling, but it has no armor. So if you're on a flank alone in the 30B, the enemies are just gonna rush you because they know you have no armor. But I'm going up to this thing, which is a 1390. And after that, I'm going up to the 13105, which I'm hoping is going to be good. It has 390 view range, which is not the same thing that it has on console. On console, I think it has, or on a PC, I think it has 410. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know, I might even just go up to the bat chat. Yeah, it has less camo rating, but it has 400 meters of view range. Or I think it has less camo rating, I think. Let me just check that quickly, if my PlayStation would load faster. 13105, 0.32 in stationary, 0.32 in moving. It roughly has the same camo rating. 0.02% camo rating isn't going to do all that much when stationary, but when moving, it's the 13105 has the advantage. But this thing has better combat capacity. I would say arguably better armor because you have certain areas like right there on the front where you can pull off a ricochet. You have those on the back. There's certain areas where you can pull off auto ricochets because of the angling on this tank, and especially if you're using the 6 degrees of gun depression that the tank has. But regardless of any given situation, I'm going up to the 13105 at the moment, and I'm saving up for the 1390. Anyways, this tank, I currently have 36 AP rounds and 16 APCR. I don't load high explosive because the high explosive damage, in my opinion, yeah, it might go up to 260, but you have 38 pen, and there's a lot of tanks in the game, especially at tier 9 and tier 10, where you're not going to pen something like that unless you're going after an arty. And there's no point because you can clip out any arty in the game. You have 680 alpha, or you have 680 average clip damage with 4 rounds, so that's not all that impressive. For equipment wise, I have vents, binocular telescope, and camouflage. The vents just to boost the skill overall by about 2.5%. I don't know exactly what it is on console. Binocular telescope because 25% of view range for a stationary vehicle. And then I have camouflage net, which adds to my stationary camouflage. And I have plus 25% camo rating when stationary. And if I quickly do that kind of math, I have 0.32 camo rating, and if I am correct, that'll be just under 50%. Okay, I'll have 0.4 camo rating. I'll have 0.4 camo rating moving, or when stationary, and I'll have that normal movement camo rating. But then comes to crew skills. Initially, I was setting this tank up. I was setting this tank up for the 30B. So I had Sixth Sense, repairs, off-road driving, situational awareness, snapshot. I was going for the stereotypical medium tank one. But considering that tank, you don't see many of those. You see more bat chats and you see more 13105s. I'm going for the 13105 right now. And maybe along the line, maybe before I even get enough XP to research it, I might decide to go to the bat chat. I'm not 100% sure. But that's this tank in a nutshell, and you have to be careful because it has a longer wheelbase, and playing light tanks, you have to get used to the speed of them. So it's above average. It's the highest skill cap tank type in the game. But anyways, now I'm gonna show you a game that I had recently, and I have my voice in it in the game, but I'm gonna turn the game volume down, and I'm gonna be talking through the mic, and I'm gonna be talking like in person, like right now. Okay. Okay. Here we go. We're playing on Highway. It's a team destruction map, and I believe it's a tier 8 match. Yep, it is a tier 8 match. Now I'm playing, like I said, in the Batchat 12T, and the audio to the game is turned way down because I am talking in game, and I was talking to certain people in game, and there was somebody I was working with. I believe he was one of the ones in the tank destroyers, but that's the reason why the clip audio is turned all the way down, and you're only going to be hearing me. And yeah, I know you guys think that my voice gets annoying sometimes, but that's besides the point. We're playing in the Batchat 12T, and there's actually something that I learnt right here, which is this. Turns out there's a little bump right there that you can hit if you're not careful, that I've never noticed before playing light tanks. But I flipped on my side, whatever, and that guy was trying to help me. I appreciate it. He tried to help me. He didn't really succeed in flipping me back over, but I'm coming up, and I'm going to be using that bush right up there on the hill to spot the tanks. Now, it doesn't really work out. There's not as many tanks that I thought there would be coming this way, but this was my plan. So you're gonna see me sit here for a bit, and commentating on light tank gameplay isn't really all that interesting until you get towards the end. But I decide I'm gonna try the bush mechanics, and I'm gonna end up pulling back behind the bush right there, and apparently even right there I shoot, I get spotted, which makes no sense. Or right here, I shoot, I get spotted, because the bush is not transparent at all. I can see the bush, and I get spotted through it from an IS of all tanks. An IS, that thing has like 340 meters view range at tier 7. It made no sense at all, no sense at all, which, you know, kind of concerned me. But, you know, at this point, I'm just going to try and work this little ridge here, because I believe it was the T1, yeah, no, not the T100 LT, the LTTB, and in the middle of the map there, and I realized that there's no way that I'm going to be able to get him, so I put one into this guy, and I'm going to wait until he's dead to push across, and I'm going to go after the Arties. And at this point in the game, they'd have no tanks left up there, because if they did, my binoculars would have definitely spotted them, or at least if it was the tanks that were left up there, I most definitely would have spotted them. And considering the tanks that are left on the team, they don't have good enough camera rating to not get spotted if I have my binoculars set up. So I know that there's no tanks up here, so I'm going after the Artie. And I believe they have 2 Batchat 155 50s. Yep, I just saw that on the enemy team list. It's 2 Batchat 155 50s. And I'm actually going to get a low roll on one of these Arties. Normally I'd be able to 2-shot the Artie, no problem, with 340. Boom, yeah. And I'm like, okay, boom. And I low roll for 153 out of 170. And at this point I'm like, okay, this is weird. So now, I'm stuck in the awkward situation that I'm stuck reloading, and there's still another Artie. So, what do I do? And this is what I do. I decide to go after the TDs. Because what do you do when you can't go after the Artie? You go after TDs, and you try and get tracking shots and assistance damage, which doesn't work out. Even right here, boom, I nail him right in the tracks, and it does nothing to his tracks. So I figured, okay, whatever, I'll put one shot there, and I'm just going to use the ridge here, and he's dead. So now I'm stuck on another reload. And that's the downside about these tanks. They only have 4 shots instead of the 6 that they had before. But to be honest, I think I like the feel better of 4 shots because you can manage it more. You know, you're not stuck shooting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and you're not stuck shooting for how many seconds is that? Roughly 12 or 10 seconds. You're not stuck shooting for 10 seconds with that. So, and you're only stuck shooting for 6 seconds. But it's a lot more manageable, and you can get out of certain situations a lot better with 4 shots. And you know more that your clip damage is a lot better if the enemy has 500 health or less. So right here, I'm like, I might as well put the last 2 shots into him, and then I get shot by the Tiger P in the ass. And at this point, I'm just like, okay, well, there's a Tiger P down the center, and that's an AT-15. So I'm not going to try and do that. And I get a bit stupid here, and I'm deciding, okay, I'm going to go after the A-44. And then I decide, okay, no, never mind. I'm not going to go after him. The AT-15 is not looking at me, so I'm going to shoot him. And I did not realize that I had set him on fire. In the game, one of the people that I was working with in one of the TDs said, nice kill, good job. And in what I ended up responding with is I ended up saying, I killed him? And he said, yeah, you set him on fire. So, I set him on fire. And I don't have a top gun yet. I'm at just under 2k damage with roughly 900 assistance damage. And this is where I'm going to go over 2k damage. Boom. 1. Shoot him there in the tracks. I get the assistance there. I don't get the assistance damage with it, actually. Well, shit. Actually, I did get the assistance damage. Wrong. I was wrong. Now I'm going to go after the Artie. And this, I don't know if it was lag or if I shot too early, but for some reason this shot is not going to kill the Artie, and I'm going to have to waste another shot to shoot him. Right here. Boom. And I think it must have been lag, or the server wasn't exactly where I was, because with my reticle you saw clearly that I was around that corner when I shot, but the shot still decided to go right into the side of the building instead of going towards the Artie, so I had to waste another shot to do it. So I picked up my top gun there, and now I'm going after this Pantera. And this is going to be 7 kills. So, and I'll be honest, it was fun playing this game. But there you go, 7 kills. And 7 kills, 1,000 assistance damage, and 2.5k damage. So, there you go. That's roughly how this light tank plays out. You want to rush in certain situations, but you want to sit back in other situations. But anyways, that's it for this video. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be doing a review on either the Object 277 or the FE4202P next, but I will see you guys then. Bye.